Well, Farbrace, your thoughts on that day's play?
Yeah, well, I think if you were talking about a game of football, we were talking about a game of 2 hours, because the first 2 hours we scrapped and fought, and it wasn't pretty at times, but we got stuck in and fought really well. And then we had a very poor hour straight after lunch where we gifted 3 of the 4 wickets that fell, and then we fought well again for an hour and got ourselves through to tea, and then the period after tea, once the new ball came, we were very poor again. So it's been a very frustrating day. You know, none of us in our dressing room need to be told that, you know, there was an opportunity today on what looked like a slow, flat pitch to get 400 and put ourselves in a good position. And we know that if you don't get 400 in the first innings or 350, you're always chasing the game. And we're now in a position where we're chasing the game. We're going to rely on having to bowl incredibly well and catch incredibly well tomorrow to get ourselves back in the game. So, you know, and also when people get 50s, we've got 3 people who got 50s and got out, and they've all been genuinely, you know, they've got themselves out, they haven't been got out, and you need one of them to go on and get 100. And if you don't get 100, you know, in Championship cricket, 4-day cricket, then you're always battling. So, look, I mean, you know, Durham stuck at their task well. I thought, you know, their seamers kept coming all day. They're the best team in this division by a long way, and you know that's why they're top of the table with the amount of wins they've got. They're a very good team. They play very good, tough, hard cricket. The bowlers, as I say, got the ball in the right place. Parkinson bowled very well for them, as did Drizzle, the 2 spinners. I mean, they bowled very well, very controlling. But you know, we gave them so many wickets. And as I say, we don't need to be told that we haven't competed and fought. And I think that's the most disappointing thing, is when you're not genuinely got out, but you give your wickets away. You know, caught covers, chipping them back to short mid wicket. You know, lobbing them to deep fine leg. You know, I mean, 2 out caught fine leg. It's just frustrating. And you know, for such a game that we've been prepared well. We've had a really good week's practice. We came a day early. We had a good practice Saturday afternoon. And as I say, the first 2 hours was fantastic, and we scrapped and we fought, and you know, and it wasn't pretty, but we got ourselves to 100. You know, Ainsley found it really hard work, but he got himself to a position where we were in a good position at lunchtime. So that it's one of those. We just said, you know, we're behind the 8 ball now. We've got to make sure that we get our disappointment out of our system tonight, and we come back first thing in the morning and we're raring to go. Because if we carry a hangover from today into tomorrow in terms of feeling sorry for ourselves and being frustrated, then half chances are going to come and we're not going to be ready for them. We're going to drop them, and then the game will get quickly away from us.
Is there any thought that there might be a bit more in the pitch than perhaps you thought? Is there a little? Is it awkward?
It's flat. It's a good pitch. It's a flat pitch. There's not a lot of pace in it, and you know, as I say, they've been relentless in trying to get the ball in the right place, but. You know, it's not a 260 pitch, that's for certain. It's a bit slow, but you know, it was played on in the T20 International, and the groundsman said it would probably be a bit slow, and he's been proved right. So, you know, if you line it up well and you play straight, then you can bat on it. There's no question about that. But if you try and play daft shots, then you give your wicket away, which is what we've done today.
A few Sussex supporters asking Paul about Ollie Robinson not playing in this game, hoping that he would do. Is there any rationale behind that? Is that an England decision, an injury decision? Or?
We were told he would be available for the last 2 games, and we haven't seen him since the Ashes finished. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, he hasn't started bowling yet.
Is that because of injury, or?
I think England decided they wanted him to do some work on his fitness. They saw it as a window during August to do some fitness work, and I think they've obviously got a longer term plan for him. But we haven't seen him at the club since he went off to play in the Ashes. So we don't know whether he is bowling at the moment. We assume not. But we were told he'd be available for the last 2 games, possibly 3, but definitely the last 2. So he's not available for this game. So we've got a very good team. We think this is our best 12, 13 with Dan Ibrahim and Sean Hunt here in our squad. We think this is our best group for the championship run-in. And if at any stage Oliver becomes available, then great.
Is it frustrating that you don't know exactly what's going on, Paul?
No, we were told that he's not available until the last 2 games. So he's a centrally contracted player. He's an England player. Rob Key was very clear a while ago that he wouldn't be available until the last 2 games. So that's what it is. So we crack on. I mean, look, he's an England player. He's a centrally contracted player. He's their call. And as I say, they told us quite a while ago that he wouldn't be available until the last 2 games. And so we have to wait to the last 2 games. But, obviously it would be good to see him back bowling so that we know he's actually going to be ready for those last 2 games. So, but he's an England player, they pay his wages and they tell us when he's available. So that's where we're at.